my lovely friends, welcome or welcome back to Tarot AF. So today I have another pick a card reading, well it's pick a crystal technically, reading for you all, and we're going to get a message for you today. This is going to be a kind of a shorter condensed version of maybe what I would usually do on YouTube. So it's going to kind of be in between the length of a TikTok and a YouTube video. So I just want to get like a quick espresso shot of what Spirit wants to tell you right now. So, you know, whether you're kickstarting your day, ending your day, right in the middle of it and need like just a boost, that's what I hope this reading is here for you guys to do today. So we have got 5 piles ready and waiting, well 5 crystals as you can see. So we have pile 1 is going to be the pink agate crystal just here. We have got pile 2 with the flower agate cube. We have pile 3 with the serpentine heart. We have pile 4 with the amethyst butterfly. And we have pile 5 with the bloodstone crystal just there. So what you can do, you can take a moment, you can pause the video, see which crystal is drawing you in. Trust that that message is for you right now, is what you need to hear. And what I do is I post the times in the information box and also in the comment section below. As always, with any of my readings, take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. This is supposed to help empower you through your day, and give you just like the little pep talk, like I said, from Spirit, the thing that you need to hear right now from them. So take what you need, leave what you don't. I will see you at your reading. Bye. Hello, my lovely friends of pile 1. So if you picked the pink agate crystal, then this reading is going to be for you. So we're all using the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck today. So I'm going to give it a good shuffle on camera because you can never be too sure. I've already given it a shuffle off as well. So if you skip the intro, this reading I'm hoping to be a kind of tea or coffee length video, and it's supposed to just be a pep talk, a bit of motivation, a bit of advice or soothing that you need to hear from Spirit right now. So whatever it is that you need to take, this reading hopefully will be giving that to you. So let's go. So for Spirit, for pile 1, what message do you have for them? Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. What message do you have for pile 1? What do they need to hear right now, Spirit? What messages? We have got the 9 of Swords. What message do you have for pile 1? Oh, hello. King of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, and on the back we have got the 6 of Pentacles 2. Okay. Okay. I really like this. I really like this message. Yeah, I really like it. So I feel like at the moment with this 9 of Swords, and that's what I want to address first, because I always want to address the swords in the room. It's kind of like the elephant in the room. I know, and this is from Spirit. Spirit knows that you feel like there's fear and anxiety clawing at you. You feel like with this idea, I feel like you have, or maybe it's even to do with your self-belief and your self-worth. Whatever it has sparked your interest and lit a fire under you, this idea that you want to direct. There's this, with this Knight of Wands, there's this directive intuition. You feel like it's already been burning, it's already been building, and you're ready to transform it. You're ready to take flight towards it. And that light, that thing that burns bright, that is you, that is your spark, that is your creativity, that is your flair. And with this 9 of Swords, everybody is going to have those demons or those doubts or that inner critic voice within them that tells them that they can't do it, that makes it feel like they're trapped in their thoughts and almost in this living nightmare, like these reoccurring things, this self-doubt that if you don't address it, or if you don't look at it for what it is, a monster in the dark, it only becomes bigger in your mind. So Spirit is asking you to share those doubts, to share those fears, those anxieties, those things that are niggling at you, especially with the ones that you love. Because when there's fear without love, that's when fear grows. And like I said, all those doubts, all of our the monster becomes bigger. The monster becomes bigger in us if we allow that inner critic to dampen the light, essentially. And this light, this Knight of Wands, this thing that is drawing your attention, that you want to move towards, you absolutely have all the resources to do it, and you shouldn't doubt yourself. With this Queen of Pentacles, you need to cast away all of the things that you should be doing, all of the things that you feel like you've been told you need to do, or the things that, like, what do you want? What is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to do? Because you absolutely have the experience already within your central world, whether that's work, home, career, whether it's school, that kind of thing, to propel yourself forward and to follow this spark, this idea that's come to you, because it's come to you for a reason. You're being asked to be faithful to it and to keep igniting it, keep fanning that thing, because the dream and the vision that you have, it's massive, it's huge, it's big, and it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take persistence and dedication and prudence and time. But the thing is, the more you put into it, the more you pour yourself into it, and that's with love, without that doubt, without any of that fear. The more you do what you love, and I feel like this is something that you absolutely want and desire and love, the more you do those things, instead of allowing the should thoughts, you shouldn't be doing this because of X, Y, Z. All of those thoughts are rubbish. Like, you pick your path, you pick what you're going to be doing. And actually, I think it's obviously come to you for a reason. There's this almost itchiness, this kind of fervent energy. It's like a pot boiling. And you may not see the results yet. You may not be exactly where you want to go, or see all of the stepping stones that might get you there, but that light is going to help guide you forwards, and you are that light. So don't let it be dampened by other people's thoughts, their feelings. People can have their advice, people can, and it may come from a really good place, but most of the time it's their own fear talking that they're projecting onto you. So it's really important for you to almost, especially when you're maybe talking to other people about this, maybe that's where you're at this stage where you might be sharing some of this information with this Six of Pentacles. Potentially now it's time that you're kind of forming and shaping it with other people. Stand true to who you are. And just know that your voice and your spirit is going to do the job for you, that you are going to win people over by being true to yourself, by not trying to appease or bend to the wills of others. Actually, if you stand strong and steadfast in what it is that you want, that vision, it doesn't necessarily matter what the stepping stones is, as long as you've got that final destination in your mind, that pinpoint, looking out to the future. That's all you need. That is absolutely all you need. And people hunger to listen to you. I think you've got such a generous, giving spirit, and people can see that you've got yourself to where you are. Like, all of your experiences have got you exactly to this point, and you're a shining beacon. I think even if you have I feel like, everybody has some sort of mentor or someone that they aspire to be like, or have some of the same values or traits as. And I feel like you are that for a lot of people, but you may doubt that. You may doubt your self-worth and actually doubt the experiences that have got you here. But you are you have no reason to. You are so experienced and also very established in your intuition and your instincts. Like, I feel like you're on the money so much of the time. And maybe it's just not been your time yet. I feel like with you, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when your time is to strike. And be ready to charge forward. And if you've seen a gap for yourself, if you've seen like a jumping off point, like I'm hearing gap in the market, don't allow fear to hold you back from striking. Because living on that knife's edge, I think the best things that have ever happened to me have been on the other side of fear. And fear is just false evidence appearing real. Those things that we believe to be true, or that build up in our mind because people have told us this story, our inner critic that we need to silence sometimes. And that can be a protective voice. I'm not saying that completely disregard everything, and that's not it. But when something is right for you in your core, don't doubt that spark. You know yourself well enough to know what is for you, and you have heaps of determination. Be it just open and receptive to all the gifts that are being given to you right now. I think with the Six of Pentacles, there's give and take, whether that's the exchange of ideas, the exchange of energy and resources, but also maybe a mentor, maybe your mentor wants to help you along the way, or can see your tenacity, your hard work, your dedication, and wants to help appease some of the things that maybe you feel like the ghosts in the dark that might be mocking you, or that kind of thing. I think someone around maybe almost at the edges trying to be a bit of a light for you too, to dispel some of that, maybe fuel your confidence. But this is absolutely a thing that you can do on your own. Don't be afraid to share your ideas. Just be strong enough in them within yourself that no matter what feedback you get, or criticism, that actually yourself, your plan, and actually you have the experience already that you don't really enough about this, you've studied enough about this, or researched that it's robust, it's gonna work, it's gonna happen. So yeah, don't doubt that dream. But like I said, be open and receptive to maybe the stepping stones to get there. That's the only thing Spirit really wants to say, is that constructive feedback can be great, and you can take what resonates, leave what doesn't, just as with a tarot reader. If someone's giving you advice, take what you need from it and filter out that which you don't. Okay. Right, at the end, let's get one more of these. This is the Atlas Oracle deck. Okay. Yes, exactly. Feminine. Be receptive and tune into your emotions, yin, moon, and cold. So I feel like you may feel like it's, and I've kind of already touched on this. This is all about your inner calm and your emotions and your intuition, and really listening to that at the moment, because I feel like you're already making moves and you're already dedicated to your craft, or honing it and putting in those hours. And it's important to remember the love of what you're doing and allow that to propel you forward. And like I said, that time to strike, when that iron's hot, as it were, and when you need to charge forward, when that gap, that matter of when comes, if you've got all of these things, if you're in tune with your emotions and you're kind of ready to go with it, like you've got everything within your arsenal and in your toolbox, you can just hit the ground running, and you'll know when it's time to take action. So it's really, at the moment, it's about being aware of yourself, making sure that you are following your wants, and you are fully aligned with this task ahead. We've also got water. A sense of calm can be achieved even in the roughest of seas if you have compassion for the waves. Cleansing subconscious emotion. Again, another emotion card. But also, I think with the roughest of seas, and that's what I really want to talk about now. No matter where you've come from, no matter what you've done, all of it has helped you get to this point. And there is a case for leaving past baggage in the past, things that you don't need anymore. It's very much when your window of opportunity comes, be ready for that. Be ready to set sail into calmer waters. And, you know, you're experienced enough as well that you've combated rough seas. And if you understand that life is always going to have ebbs and flows, and that's the beautiful challenge, and we can be we can have this brilliant kind of way of persevering through it and moving through life with curiosity, like water, just going around each river bend. I'm like hearing Pocahontas, like just around the river bend. Maybe your opportunity is just around the river bend, but it's about aligning with that forward movement, that things are going to continue to move along, and like the universe is there to support you. It's like you're in that boat and the universe is that river or that body of water helping you through. Like, even if there's rough waves, you can have compassion for that time. You can see all of the lessons that you learn and how that carved and shaped you and how it's made you better at understanding those rhythms. So that's what I'm hearing for that. And also fortitude, blessings, steadfast. So continue on, and it's very much that Eight of Pentacles energy. Every single hour, every single minute that you put into this thing is only going to draw you not only closer to it, but is going to help you hone your craft and become the King of Wands that you actually already are. But you need to just believe for yourself. There's these two lions here, in the background, and I mean, I always tend to talk about Lion King, but maybe but I mean, I have no qualms with that. But sometimes we do need to go on that little bit of Hakuna Matata, outside, gain perspective, and come back when it's our time. But also with that blessings and fortitude, I think you're going to reach new heights, new dizzying heights that maybe you didn't even realize that you could grow to. So keep pushing against that glass ceiling, that box that you've set for yourself, and don't be afraid to break out of it. I'm also hearing Hercules, like A Star Is Born, and from that film, a true hero is measured by their hearts. And I think that's so important with the emotions that we've got here, the heart of what you want to do, and that reason, the values behind it. What is the purpose that you want? What is it that you want to create or do? And where is that heart? Where's the heart, the meat of it? Because that mission statement that you have for yourself, or the project, or you know, your next steps, that's the thing that's going to keep reminding you. It's kind of like in a Cinderella story, in the Hilary Duff movie, on the wall it says, "Don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game." It's like that. Like, don't like whatever it is that you have on your wall, or like whether it's a keep calm poster or whatever, like, have that mission statement for yourself, something that you can keep reminding yourself of. So even if it gets dark, and even if those doubts and fears start swarming around you, you can calm yourself through that love and through that attention and listening to your emotions and that deepest heart's want, that thing that beats and will help cleanse that subconscious energy, cleanse those doubts and those anxieties. So my glorious friends of pile one, I'm going to leave that reading there for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope we're still within coffee and tea break hours. Thank you again, and if you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm sending so much love. Bye. Hello my lovely friends of pile 2. So if you picked the small but mighty flower agate cube, then this reading is going to be for you. So we're all using the Ethereal Visions tarot deck today. So I've given it a good shuffle between pile 1 and now, but I'm just going to shuffle it again on camera for you too. So if you skipped the intro of this video, we're gonna just get a message for you today. It's gonna hopefully be like a coffee tea break kind of length. And I just want it to be a sort of pep talk, or whether it's a soothing note that you need, or just advice on a situation that you may be up against. Whatever it is that you need to hear from Spirit right now, I hope this helps, and take what resonates with you and your situation. So let's get going. So for pile 2, Spirit, what message do you have for them? Okay, we have the Judgment card. We have the Knight of Swords. We have Temperance. We have the Page of Cups. What message do you have for pile 2, Spirit? What message? I feel like we've got a card that wants to come out, but okay, I'm going to take this one, but I'm really intrigued. Okay, we've got the Artist. Okay, this is, I know why this one didn't come out, because this deck has 2 kind of bonus cards within the major arcana. So I think it's, yeah, I know. Okay, I think you're not allowing your inner artist to shine maybe as much as you should do. I feel like, so this is what I want to speak about first. So I think you see things, imagine things, and I think you have this quality about you that you're able to just imagine worlds that maybe other people can't, maybe visions that other people can't see, or ways of being. And I think if you've felt like you've been put into a box in some way, maybe there's been, I feel like with this 2 of Pentacles here, it feels like you're juggling at the moment, juggling between the old of what you thought you should be, and the conventions, the societal pressures, maybe pressure from friends or family to confine yourself, confine your spirit, or be within a particular way of working. I'm hearing for some people, maybe it's even within like their school, or it could be within school or career, but I'm specifically hearing if you are at school, that maybe like the subjects that you were told that you had to do, or the things that you had to study in order to be what you wanted to be, or like go down a particular path that maybe you never really wanted to tread. And that can be within your career as well. It just feels like or whether it's just like the system in general, it's something that now you are maybe struggling to keep within the lines of. With the Artist, I'm literally hearing like, I want to draw outside the lines, like I want to blur what it is and change who I am. A bit like a chameleon is what I'm hearing. Like, and you shouldn't feel, just because you've defined yourself in one way, or feel like you've been shaped and defined to be something, and maybe you don't identify with that anymore, that is absolutely okay to say, actually, I don't resonate with this anymore. This isn't actually who I am, because we're constantly changing and growing and evolving. And with this Temperance card, you're being asked to be a moderator at this moment in time. If there's a task, if there's an obligation, if there's a project or something, or relationship even, that you've been pouring yourself into, but something that maybe a lot of your energy has been moved there. It's kind of like a game of poker or something, like chips on the board is what I'm seeing, and you've put all of your attention onto this, or you've put a lot of your attention and your time into being this thing, being this package, being this perfect whatever. And actually, if there's something else you see for yourself now, maybe it's slightly taboo, maybe it's something people won't understand or don't fully grasp the concept of, because it's so far out of the box for you, and they can't see the leaps and jumps that you can. But you've already changed and you've already evolved, and you're allowed to moderate and alchemize your life and move whatever chips and stuff that you had in this image over to the new thing. And that may be, you know, whether you've started something creatively that you want to draw more of your time, your energy and your attention to, something which maybe you didn't share openly to the world. But I feel like with this Judgment card here, there's this feeling that this this calms you and soothes you in such a way, but it's such an alarm bell for you that it's really woken you up and really helped you find your spirit and your spirituality, maybe, for some people. But it rises you up and out of the confines and feeling trapped in the hamster wheel, in the rat race of life. Because I think everybody's been there at some point in their life to an extent, got caught up, and maybe that's within chasing things that don't make their heart glad, or feeling like they should be doing something. And this really rises you out of it, and I think it feels like a path which is boundless and something that you never want to walk away from. And maybe practically there's some things that, maybe you can't support yourself fully through it right now, or that kind of thing, but your energy is always drawn there. It's like it's always in the periphery, and it's that alarm bell. Now that it's gone off, you can't snooze it. You're aware of it now. So that awareness that you're breaking out of the box, you're breaking out of the mold, you are actually already hatched. You're not still waiting for it to happen. It is happening. And it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, for your growth, for your evolution. So more and more, move some of the chips over to this thing. Like, moderate yourself and alchemize it. If you want to draw attention away from an image that you had or what people thought of you, it's time to break out of that and to draw something new. And also, I really like this with the, I'm getting Hermes vibes, Greek god of, one of the messengers of the gods. But like, it's that thing that you have to deliver, this soul message that you have to deliver to the world, and that truth. And I think with this Knight of Swords, you don't have to trample people with this new version of you. I think the way that you speak and the way you articulate and you talk about this thing, when you are passionate, it lights up everybody around you, and they want to hear what you have to say. You don't have to trample somebody with your opinion. And I'm not saying that this is what you're doing. I'm just saying that you've probably seen other people do it when they've got something new that they're working on or that they're doing. They want to shout so loudly and be the loudest voice in the room and really make their mark and stamp and say, no, this is who I am now. Like, listen to me. This is what I want to be. And actually, you can just do it within your own strength, and just by speaking your truth, singing your truth from the rooftops, but not in a way that you're trying to coerce someone onto your side, or you're trying to convince anybody. The only person you have to truly believe is yourself. Believe what you are saying and what you are doing, and that is right for you, and other people will come along. And I think with this Page of Cups, it feels like there's still a lot of edges, there's still a lot of whys, and this is the perfect time in this formless space of your kind of inner child, as it were, where these emotions, and that's where really I feel like the artist is born, this creative energy, to be receptive and open and ask the why of yourself. Why are you feeling this openness? Why is it that you want to chase this? And all of the answers might not come at the moment, but they will come, and trust that they will, as long as you don't try and form them and don't try and grasp onto them. I feel like Spirit is also saying, like, with this fish in the cup, I feel like if you want to ask for signs too, maybe, if you're worried if you're on the right path or not, if you want some advice from Spirit, ask for a sign. You might have seen some of my previous videos where I've spoken about signs, and for me, for instance, my sign is a bumblebee. So every time I have a decision, or not every single time I have a decision, but if there's a decision that I'm mulling over and kind of in the middle of, or if I now use it mainly for, am I on the right path, or give me reassurance of this, and I'll ask to see a bumblebee, and I just let it go. I let it see where it lies, and it's such a nice, comforting presence from the universe, because you are supported. The universe has your back in this, and they want you to be on this path towards your highest good. So keep looking outside of yourself as well, is what I'll say. Like, there is so much within you already, so many of those things that you're uncovering and discovering, but let your inner child play in the world as well. Let it draw inspiration from your external, and see the wonder of, you know, being able to pick where you draw your energy to without confining yourself. It is really that drawing out of the lines now is what I'm really hearing for you guys. And with this Three of Pentacles here too, you're not alone in this. You're allowed to share your ideas and express yourself. And this is really, I feel like, I'm hearing teamwork makes the dream work, but I feel like if there's like a team around you of some sort, or maybe there's this group that you've been involved in which exchanges ideas and has helped you kind of delve further into this inner artistry, they're your people to really be your soundboard and your kind of what's it called? Yeah, soundboard. And I had another word, but I can't remember what that is, but the soundboard. So like people to bounce ideas off, that's what I meant to say. And really, whatever you're planning now, whatever you're putting into motion now, whatever seeds you want to plant, now is the time to start nurturing, sharing your plan with other people. And you're the guide in this. Other people can listen to you, give you advice, maybe tinker slightly with some of the blueprints, but really you're the one holding the map and the key for where you're going. And that doesn't need to be fully defined yet. That's fine. But you can just have the bare bones of it. But what I will say with this Two of Pentacles is it's time to, again, start balancing and start drawing like your energy towards what it is you want. It's like you've got these two paths now in front of you, what was in the past and what will be if you follow this path, and you get to choose which one it is. And slowly but surely, if you keep drawing your energy towards it, this thing is going to come about. It really I'm being really reminded, and this energy feels like when I first started reading tarot publicly, because I'd done it for years as kind of my personal kind of experience, but also practice, and then I started sharing with family and friends, and then I decided to set up my YouTube channel and TikTok and Instagram, and I never imagined that maybe that's what I would be doing when I first started. And you know, if it resonates in that way and you're being guided to share it further with the world, don't be scared of that. Your inner gifts and your passion, your talents, that inner artist is there, and that's your purest form of connecting to the world. Because people resonate with that truth when you share it in that way. So I want to get some oracle cards for you as well. So we're going to use the Atlas Oracle deck. So Spirit, messages for pile 2. What else do you have to say for pile 2? Okay. Okay, so we have got isolated, contemplation, and reflect first. So this very much resonates with the Hermit card in the tarot deck. And sometimes it's okay, and I think especially if like you're breaking out of that rat race, off the hamster wheel of, you know, what it is that you had before and that kind of thing, it's okay to take time out and be in hermit mode for a bit. It's okay to block yourself out of and kind of draw yourself away from societal pressures or you know, the external humdrum of life. And it's okay, and that's important to turn towards and inwards into yourself, to contemplate, to ask those questions, to ask the why, to find the truth, because that light within you that shines so brightly, if you keep fanning that, if you keep drawing your attention to it, your people are going to be drawn to you. When you shine brightly, you become a blazing beacon for like-minded people and also the divine to help co-create what it is that you want to achieve. And it's always important to have these moments to recharge, to reflect back and remind yourself of where it is that where that light lives, that intuition lives, that bright shining beacon. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily know the full journey ahead and exactly where you're going and traveling to, but you carry all of your experiences with you. You don't let them rule you. And even if you can only see a few steps ahead with that light, that's all you need. You are where you're going, even if that's not fully formed yet. And it's okay to take a rest sometimes, especially because it can be quite a draining journey when you might feel quite isolated and alone in it. It's so important to recharge your batteries and make sure that you're putting yourself first. And then we've got donut. Be able to discern moment-to-moment gratification from true fulfillment, indulgence, treat, craving. So obviously we've spoken about the wheel of life, the donut of life, but I think with this balancing act, it's asking yourself, what is your true fulfillment? What is going to bring you the largest, what is going to fill you up? What is going to fill your cup up the most, or what is just topping it up? What things, places, obligation, tasks, those things in that temperance card, what you're moderating over? What is your quick fix and short-term wins, and what is actually your long-term planning for your future happiness? And it's time to really invest in those things, because those are the things that are going to sustain you, and again, they can fuel your inner artist in a way. So yeah, and you deserve all the sprinkles on the cake. You deserve to live that life which isn't. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a plain donut, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But I think personally, donuts in life are better with icing, sprinkles, or whatever fun-filled jam or jelly or whatever you want inside of it is present in the donut, okay? I'm not saying that a donut by itself is not great. I'm just saying that I am an icing kind of person. I like to have, if I'm treating myself to something, I want it to be something that, you know, I'll look back and be like, yeah, that's mine. That like creating your own donut basically is what I'm trying to say. Like, you pick what sprinkles and flavorings you get on in this life, and it's too short to stick to just, I don't know, to have that plain donut. It's like I'm just seeing like a counter or like a Subway or whatever it is, like picking what you want in. Like, yeah, you can have plain bread, but what do you actually want in your sandwich? Do you want a bit of that? Do you want a bit of this? Like, build your own, be your own person, take all of your experiences, try all those things that you want to try. That's the spice of life. And yeah, yours is going to look different to everybody else's, and that is exactly what you want to be. You want to be different, break out, be your own donut. And then we've also got soulmate. This connection involves a close friend, romantic partner, or tribe, twin flame, bond, soul family, and it's going right over that 3 of Pentacles. So I think this thing that has ignited you is going to bring close friends, maybe even a romantic partner, but most importantly, a soul tribe and a soul family. It's that blending, people being able to share and grow together, and that soul family, people who see you in a way, and that's really from being your most authentic self, through taking that time to reflect, to learn, and also to fan that flame inside of you, that inner artist, and that becomes a really big beacon for other like-minded people, and those bonds are just going to be really, really deep. And again, be those donuts, be those sprinkles, those people that bring those experiences to your life that is unique. Your destination is unique to everybody else's, and don't be ashamed of that. Follow it. And I said this to pile 1 as well, but in a different context. But the most exciting things happen over the other side of fear. And I don't feel like there is maybe much fear in this. I feel like there's loads of comfort in the path that you've got. But don't be afraid to break away and to say, actually, that's not for me anymore, and to redefine yourself. Because people are always constantly redefining themselves. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of our experience, is that we can be and have and do anything that we want to be. So my lovely friends of pile 2, I'm going to leave that reading there for you guys today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I think I'm still within coffee and tea break hours, maybe a little bit longer than I was hoping for, but I don't really mind because I absolutely love this reading. And if you'd like to see me again, I'd obviously love to read your cards again too. Please do hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'm sending so much love. Bye. Hello, my lovely friends of pile 3. So if you picked the Serpentine Heart, then this reading is going to be for you. So we have got the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck. We're going to use it for all piles today. So I'm going to give it a good shuffle on camera, as I've just used it for pile 2. If you skipped the intro of this video, today we're just going to get a quick message, a message for you from Spirit, kind of pep talk or a soothing message, advice for you, whatever is the tone today, that's what we're going to take, whatever you need. And like I said, it's going to be a short burst of energy. So Spirit for pile 3, what message? Oh, hello. Making some noise. Okay, we have got the Judgment card. Making some noise today, for sure. Okay, we have got the Ace of Cups, 2. Oh, wow, okay. We've got the 6 of Pentacles, we've got the 10 of Cups, we've got the Tower, and we've also got the Queen of Swords on the back of deck too. I'm hearing like and this may not be you in your dialogue to me, or maybe it is, and that's absolutely fine, but like, come on, get on with it. But also like, maybe that's the kind of energy that you're in. And I feel like with this Tower card, and I'm actually going to stop myself because I was about to be like, okay, rush through it, but better be quick about it, but actually no, Spirit is asking you to, even though it may feel like there's a lot of chaos going on at the moment, or it feels like a lot of things are slipping away from you, or maybe you've had this Tower moment, this sudden thing that happened that broke down a lot of the walls, and it feels like maybe you're still falling, and maybe you're waiting still to hit that ground, or maybe you're still waiting to find your feet again, is what I'm hearing. But what Spirit wants to say is actually this Tower moment, whatever change came to you, whatever thing happened that, and it can be really, really uncomfortable, and it comes out of nowhere, this shock, and there's change that's rocking your core because it's important for your evolution. Whatever tower that you were in, whatever thing that you'd built up, it was really repressing you, repressing your spirit, confining your spirit. And it's almost like a coffin. Like with this Judgment card here, this is about the souls rising at Judgment Day out of their coffins, out of the box, out of the thing that we thought we should be working towards, and actually away from the mundane part of life and whatever thing we built up. And that's not to say that it wasn't good or had good moments or that kind of thing, but we only gave ourselves a glimmer of our true spirit and our true path, as it were. And it was really a mask, a facade that we were wearing. And it feels like this is, maybe you feel like Spirit's closing their eye on you, with this eye almost closing, but it's not. You can see this eye as like glass half full, or you can see it as, you know, our glass half empty. And this is definitely a glass half full moment that Spirit wants you to realize that this change, this revelation has come about, and with hindsight, it's going to feel like such an important and pivotal moment, and it needed to happen. And you're going to realize that, you're going to see it. And at the moment, it may feel like you can't gain that perspective. You can't see that higher purpose to it with this Queen of Swords. Maybe you're quite judgmental of yourself, and your inner critic is running wild because you can't see all of it through the clouds. Like usually you have a pretty great perspective on things and you're not afraid to make a plan and move forward, but it feels like you're being there for everybody else at the moment, but you're not being there for yourself. You're not giving yourself the advice that you would a friend in this same situation. And that situation is that all things have hope. Even at the bottom, there is hope. And this lightning bolt thing that has come and caused this shake up is so you can be broken. You can be broken so you can rebuild, and also you can have this feeling, like with this judgment card, of rising up out of what it is that you were in, what you were stuck in. Maybe that's unconscious patterns of behavior, or you've got yourself in a rut with something that you couldn't see a way out of, or maybe you didn't even think you needed a way out of. But through letting go of those things and allowing this space to be made, and sometimes because we are so rigid, Spirit comes and intervenes and breaks us away and separates and cuts us off from things that we think we want. And actually, Spirit is saying that in this case, maybe there were conversations, maybe there were thoughts or words that you weren't privy to, conversations that you weren't aware of, or just things generally that actually didn't serve you and wasn't going to serve your purpose. And this is really a time, and it might feel really difficult at the moment, but this is a real time with this Six of Pentacles to lean into your community and towards your loving community. Those people that, whether it's your chosen family, your friends, that can envelope you in their love. And it's okay to have, because in all relationships there's give and take. It's okay to take what you need from people. It's okay to receive their love and to receive their warmth and their kindness during this time. And it's just the balance, the scales. And when you are surrounded by their love and their care, and you feel that harmony and contentment, especially within your relationships, that helps ease a lot of the pain from what you're moving through at the moment. But also, it fills you up. It fills your cup up enough that you can then give back in the way that you want to give to them too. And sometimes you need to take a little bit of energy from people, or take advice and resources, and that's not a bad thing, because you will karmically give that back. There's give and take in all relationships, and it feels like now is the time for you to be supported, and to find that full heart with them. And when you're in that space, in that loving environment where you feel like you are supported, it's going to feel like it's going to feel like with this Tower moment that you understand maybe a little bit better. Maybe you don't understand the full extent of it at that time, but you can start to understand that actually maybe it was pulling you away from the things that weren't making you particularly happy, or that you were confining yourself to, by returning to love, by returning to the purest form of it, with our connection to our nearest, dearest, and our most blessed. And I think with this Judgment card here, there is an alarm bell going off within you, whether it's just a whisper at the moment, a whisper in the winds is what I want to say, a whisper in your intuition, something calling you. And it's a new opportunity, a new emotional opportunity or experience for your growth. And it's come in the form of this Ace of Cups here. And whatever it is, like love squared, love is what I'm hearing. And this, it doesn't necessarily have to be like romantic love, but I feel like it's, with this Ace of Cups, there's this new opportunity that wants to overflow in abundance. And it might just be a path that you love, and picking what you love to do, or surrounding yourself with the people that you love. Choosing love can be painful. It can be full of excitement, full of joy, full of ecstasy. It can feel uncomfortable at times because you have to be so honest and open. But there is this thing that is calling to you for a reason. And it's really asking you to drink deeply and to take exactly what you need from it. And it's really a fortuitous moment in time. It's only coming about because you're in an energy of being open and receptive because of the things that are no longer in your life. And so if you're hearing this call, if you're hearing this path that is opening up, with this Judgment card here, it's something that is your highest spiritual calling. I've only just noticed here there's this body on the ground and this spirit rising up, and it's really kind of this, for me, what I'm hearing is like I'm hearing like the death of the ego, the death of the ego's plan, like, and that's really the Tower, like the rigid thinking of thinking this is what you need or this is who you are and that kind of thing. But actually the death to that and allowing that spirit to run free and reaching for something new. And Spirit is saying, like, even though your analytical, your planning brain might find that quite difficult, maybe in some respects, to let go of that, to let go of the plan or the thing that you had envisaged. Like, those experiences, everything that you've done up until that point is still worthwhile. It's still you, and it's made up you. And that doesn't diminish what you've done. It's just opening yourself up to something new, a new aspect of yourself. And it might feel a bit cloudy or foggy at the moment. It may feel like you can't truly define what it is that you want or what it's grasping for. You just hear this whisper, this thing that's building up inside of you, and that's all that needs to be at this moment in time. Share it if you feel confident enough to share it, even if it feels silly. There are no silly, like, there are no wrong questions. There are no silly questions to ask, especially of yourself. It's how we go deeper and how we connect to our higher conscious, by asking questions. But yeah, there is definitely this new path which is beckoning and calling to you with this Ace of Cups. And like I said, love is a choice, and this is asking you to choose love. And maybe I'm hearing Rolling Stones, you can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Maybe it's not necessarily the thing that you wanted, but it's actually the thing that you need at the moment. Something that is actually going to bring you this contentment, this felicity, this ecstasy in maybe a way that you've never even imagined. Yeah. Also, Rolling Stones, it's not the same thing, but obviously Easter, Catholics practice, Catholics and Christians, like the stone rolled away for Jesus's tomb is what I want to say. I could be completely, it's been a while since I've been in that sphere, but from what I remember from my young childhood, I think is that the stone rolled away on Easter Sunday, and it's Rolling Stones. It made me think of that, like this rebirth, this this ascension is what I want to say. Ascension into something maybe you never even thought that you would be, or maybe other people thought you weren't capable of, as well. Okay, so let's start with your oracle. This is the Atlas Oracle deck, and here we go. Okay. I'm actually gonna go back to front. I'm gonna go that way. Okay. We have got gift, giving and receiving, affection, offer, tangible. Again, Six of Pentacles, give and take in relationships, but with energy and resources. And it feels like there's an offer on the table as well. Something tangible, which maybe didn't feel like it is, but also there's that affection here with, and obviously a new emotional experience for growth. So maybe the thing that's coming to you is not in the package that you expect. Again, maybe it's not what you wanted, but it's what you need. So things come in unexpected packages and unexpected gifts is what I want to say. And that's seeing the world as half full, that this fullness, that this thing that could pour over can come at you in any way, shape or form. You've got to be open and receptive to receiving it. And again, giving your energy in return, it's all karmically linked. Giving yourself to your friends and family, and giving yourself to your heart, allowing your heart to to choose love. By giving yourself to that, giving yourself over to that emotion, it opens up new things to receive too. Quest. Be tenacious when seeking out new opportunities. Learning new skills can help you manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. You may even discover a new side of yourself along the way. Beginnings, student, and optimism. I love this card for you, pile 3. And it really is just is a beginning. A quest is a pause for us to see it, to have a moment where we can see where we have been and where we are going. It's the challenge. It's the thing that makes life exciting. And we are constantly, I went to the University of Life. We are constantly students of the universe, children of the universe. And we are constantly learning these sides and aspects of ourselves, and with that optimism as well. We shouldn't be afraid of discovering new things and leaning into the new opportunities, even if they feel foreign to us or unknown. It can redefine where it is that we want to go, that GPS. Whatever feeling that you are questing after, whether that's just the feeling of love or a want and desire that you maybe have, that goal, that end feeling, and that's much more of, like I said, an energy that you want to achieve. Plug that into your destination and keep aligning yourself with experiences and opportunities that feel that lean into that. And maybe new skills, maybe opening up into new things, new hobbies. And you don't need to be good at your hobbies. You can be rubbish at your hobbies, but go do the things that you never thought that you would do, because you never know what it will bring you closer to. And that optimism and that courageousness to try new things will only bring those things back to you. And we've also got Magic, Labradorite, and Spirit. And this really reminds me, this card particularly, of the Magician when this comes out in a tarot deck, because it's number 1, the same as the Magician is. And it's all about drawing spirit into you and being a lightning rod for the divine to co-create what it is that you want. And I think in this context as well, action is so key for you right now, taking action, because it feels like you have, with your determination, with your courage and with your willpower, because you are such a strong person, even in the face of this adversity that has come to you, if you trust your path with every fibre of your being, and you know the world that you want to manifest, and you take action towards it as well, you are an unstoppable force. You have all the tools at your disposal. Literally with the Magician in the deck, it's got wands, it's got cups, it's got pentacles, it's got the swords. It's got all the tools at its disposal to create the world that you want. Everything you can ever have, want or need is already inside of you. Your spirit is key here. Nothing's going to break your stride. Nothing's going to hold you down, okay? And I'm also hearing on my way, specifically in Shrek, of course, but that journey, people grow and they learn on those things. And it's not to say that you've not had those before, and that's not a patronizing thing, but I feel like this quest, this journey that is coming to you, is going to be unlike anything you've tread before, and it might take you wildly away from the expectations that you had for yourself, or the goal and the ambitions that you were going for originally. But chase the feeling. Absolutely do. So my glorious friends of Pile 3, I'm going to leave this reading here for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope we're still within tea break hours. But if you'd like to see me again, I'd obviously love to read your cards again. I had so much fun. Please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm sending all the love. Bye. Hello, my lovely friends of pile 4. So if you picked the amethyst butterfly, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle your tarot. We're all using the Ethereal Visions tarot deck today for the reading. So we will just give it a really good shuffle on camera as well. So if you skip the intro of this video, I'm hoping to be kind of a coffee or tea break size video, a message for you, a pep talk, a soothing message, advice for this situation, maybe a motivation, get your behind in gear, whatever it is that you need. That's what I hope this video is for you. And as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So Spirit, for pile 4, what message do you have for pile 4? Okay, we have got the 4 of Cups. We have got the 4 of Pentacles, 444. Let's keep. We've got the Well, which is a bonus major arcana card. Okay, I'm gonna put all of these things, I'm not all of them, I'm just going to put that one, the one that 5 Pentacles, which was upright, on the table. And we've also got the 7 of Pentacles there too. And on the back, we have the 6 of Cups. Okay. So, I feel like I don't know in what context this may have come to you at the moment, but it feels like there has been a door closed on you, or maybe you have potentially closed a door towards something, maybe something that you were holding on really, really tightly to, that whether it was a commitment, an obligation, a project, to do with your home life, your career, it's something within your physical world, something that you that you were grasping so tightly onto, that was really weighing on you in a lot of ways. But at the moment, there's this feeling that you're looking at what you like it's what you're looking at, what you don't have, like the space, the void, and maybe not looking at what you do and what is coming to you, or what has already on the edges come, or the things that are sprouting, maybe the things underneath the surface. And it feels like with this 5 of Pentacles, it's a really, really hard time, really painful, and it can be full of grief when you're shut off from things, shut off from opportunities, or like I said, that door closes on something. You can feel in physical or material need, and it's sometimes hard to see the signs, sometimes hard to see the new opportunities that might be opening up or branching outwards, especially when you were so fixated potentially on this idea. And at the moment with this 6 of Cups, I think this thing, whatever it was, brought you so much joy and really it feels like maybe it was something that was even maybe it was even a person that felt like family to you, or a friend, or a loved one, but it's also something that connected you to your childhood maybe, or your home, or like a dream maybe you had since you were younger, or whatever it was. It's going to be difficult, and there's going to be so much nostalgia and memory involved in this thing. And there are so many happy memories to look back on, and I feel like at the moment maybe you're grasping at straws a bit, trying to keep as much as you can. Maybe it's the doors closing, you can see that door closing, and you know it's almost this end of a chapter, but you're not ready to let go of it yet. And with anything, and this is really what Spirit wants to say, when it weighs on your mind, body and spirit, and life becomes transactional, or you believe yourself to be only worth that, when you're not, it's like with the currency, it's like changing currency or the flow of money. There has to be that that exchange, that movement, because if we become so rigid with it, and we're only giving so much, or we're only taking exactly what it is that matches what we've got, and we're not open to new things, and if our hands are full, as it were, then we can't open ourselves up and pick up anything else, any new energy that is coming our way. And again, with this Four of Cups, it's almost that illusion at the moment, or this disillusion of looking at what you, being maybe dissatisfied with what you do have in front of you, that maybe you're not even seeing the new opportunities as they arrive, those things that are manifesting and growing, because you're looking away. In all of these images, they're all looking away, or their eyes are closed, or they're focused solely on one thing, one object, that they can't actually see maybe all the things that are moving. But Spirit wants to say that you are on the right track in terms of your goals and your manifestations and your accomplishments, even if it feels like there's been this turbulent time and things have slipped away and you're not in the position that you were, and that feels scary and unknown, and you're trying to grasp tightly. Spirit's saying, let that go. Sometimes the things that we don't need at this moment in time leave us, and that's the physical. That doesn't mean that we don't keep our skills and our energy and all of those things, all of those internal resources with us, all of that experience. And that's the thing that's important carrying forward. The actual material things in the world, those things we can let go of, but that well of possibility is opening up. And this is, like I said, like a bonus major arcana card, as it were. And there's even like this pendulum in there too. And I feel like the answers that you want, Spirit can provide, and whether that's through pendulum, maybe that's through tarot and that kind of thing, but it also, Spirit's voice is already within you, and there's signs from the universe, and potentially that it's the well of opportunity that is actually within you. And it's the well is that well of inspiration, and it's an endless thing. It will always be able to provide and spring new ideas, and if you allow it, if you listen to its echoes. And I think with the Seven of Pentacles here, sometimes we can berate ourselves for what we should, could have, would have done. And sometimes we can't see all the fruit of our labour, or we can only see so far when we've got all of this space to continue. But that's the important thing, is we've got the space. We've got the space to keep growing. And that's the thing. Things are still in fruition, even if they're not there yet. And it's so important to keep fueling that. And something that I actually saw the other day was about pain. And I feel like it's something that I want to share with you with this pile particularly, because pain, and it was to do with relationships specifically and people in our lives, but it can be in the context of work or goals and aspirations too. But we tend to put our pain in a box, or try and repress it, or push it somewhere and contain it. And so we don't have to feel everything because it's too painful. There's too much grief maybe sometimes to process, and we need to carry on. But that pain is a reminder, especially when it comes to people or a path that we're on. It was a reminder of the happy memories, of the good that may not be with us at that moment in time. And that's why it hurts so much. But the thing is, we're always transforming, and those new experiences, those new people, those new places, those new goals, those new things that are going to challenge us are always going to continue to pop up. And when we're in that place of loss, no matter how lost you feel, there is always hope. There is always things coming around. It's like with the butterfly, and that resurrection, that after being in that cocoon for so long, sometimes we need that well of inspiration to be fully submerged in our feelings, in our emotions, to feel everything, to feel every moment of pain and discomfort, so that we can flourish, and we can grow, and we can come up, and we can transform. And I think there are new emotional opportunities already flowing to you, but you may just not be in the mental space to receive them yet. It feels like you're in a lack, in a I don't have headspace, instead of a I I am going, or I have this, I am becoming this. And that's really where you need to focus, is where you are going. That's the journey that you need to focus on, not looking at the past, not looking at what you don't have anymore or what has left you. It's the most important thing is you felt the energy. You felt the energy that you want to replicate, and you know when it feels right based off of your past experiences. And therefore, every experience, every opportunity that comes your way, you're able to align with what you know. It may feel different in some ways, but it will feel right if that's the energy that you want to connect with again, whether it's the energy of love, whether it's the energy of success, that whatever it is. That is the most important thing. And you define your own success, you define your own happiness and what that means for you and how it feels within your body and within your soul. And you don't need to peg that against anybody else. So whatever opportunity maybe you feel that you were cut off from or cut short from, or you even had to close the door on for whatever reason, don't be in a blame game of yourself of woulda, coulda, shoulda. Know that you're on the right track, and there's things that maybe you've planted, or ideas or experiences that you've already got under your belt and within your arsenal that are just waiting to flourish if you draw your attention there and you keep on track and you keep focusing on drawing new energy in, reaching out to contacts, your network, whatever it is, and realizing it might be something outside of your comfort zone. And again, with that, I want to go back to the wishing well. Throw your pennies in. Ask spirit for what you want. Ask yourself for what you want. Dream big. And have that faith, trust, and pixie dust is what I'm hearing, which I absolutely love. Like, sometimes the things that we never even imagined for ourselves, or the things we feel that are so far out for us, I sound that reminds me of one of my best friends who's back. She's Australian and she's back there at the moment. I haven't seen her for years, but far out, like, I think no matter how, and of course I'm going to say this now that I'm thinking of her, but no matter how far those things are away from us, and maybe the distance between you and what was, and it's mainly the closeness that maybe you miss of that thing, that person, that idea, they are always there. You can always conjure them to your memory just like that. And that's the energy that you want, and you want to surround yourself in, and that's what you want to find again. And so seek out that. It's not about seeking out that person or that particular goal if it didn't work. Don't try and fit back into the mold of what was, but keep defining what it is that you do want, and keep following that scent of inspiration, but also that value or that energy that you want to recreate or to feel more of, because that's when that energy is going to grow and expand in ways that you never could have imagined. It's like the ghosts of our past in a way. Like, they're there to remind us of all the experiences we've had and the energy, and for good or bad, that we're capable of. So yeah, keep looking out on that horizon for that next opportunity, and that next thing to come your way, and you define what it is. Be on that precipice. Be actively waiting for that ship to come in. Believe that like luck is on your side, that thing is going to come about. And again, wish. And wishing can be a hard thing, but maybe that's just manifestations. Maybe that's just speaking your manifestations out loud, that I am, even just I am great is what I'm hearing for you guys, or I am successful, or I am love, I am energetically aligned to what is good for me. I can be, do, and have anything I want right now by asking for it. I feel like that's a really relevant one for you. So I just want to get some oracle cards as well for this pile from the Atlas Oracle. And obviously I've said that on every single pile, Atlas Oracle, but I really think I'm hearing that you can champion the world, is what I'm hearing. Like, don't maybe traveling is something that you want to do, or maybe, you know, is taking you, we got 4. See, you guys are already breaking out of the tradition and the mold that I had for this reading. Everybody else has got 5 cards plus their end, and then 3 of these, and you've got 4 of these. So pile 4, don't write yourself off, and you're allowed to have extra. You're allowed to have cherry on tops. You're allowed to have sprinkles on the cake, the donut, whatever dessert you want, and on life. You're allowed to dream bigger. I'm hearing, Belle, I want much more than this provincial life. Like, you can have it. You're allowed it. You're allowed more than your fill. You define it. You define your container and how much you fill yourself, like how much you allow yourself to hold. So we firstly got Moon, attune with the ever-changing cycles of the moon to harness powerful feminine energy, intuition, cycles, illusion. And I think the cycles part is what I want to speak about most. The kind of cycles of our experiences, those beginning and endings. And obviously the moon it transforms every single night. It changes. It's not afraid to do that. And it has such a pull on our world, our tides, our like even bodies as well. And allow that the small fluctuations, even like small but mighty is what I'm hearing. Like, even if it's one thing a day that you change, or you change one thing in your routine or your behavior, or you spend 5 more minutes doing this thing that you want to be doing, whatever it is that intuitively you feel called to, you are building. You are changing so much with just even those small things, that day by day and year by year, those things are just going to grow, and it's going to feel like a completely new you. You're allowed to keep redefining yourself, basically. And don't be under any illusion that you have to fit into a mold. Like, maybe the moon's... Actually, no, I'm not just... I was going to say maybe the moon's like, made of cheese, but as in like, that's what, the silly sayings and that kind of thing. And like, we know that's not fact. Obviously the moon's not made of cheese. I'm not saying that. Facts with Tarot AF. But what I mean is that what do I mean? I'm so cheesy now. But what I mean by that is that people might think something about you, and that's their opinion, that's their perspective of you, and that can all be an illusion, that can all be a facade. Truthfully, the things that you're changing towards, and you're not made of cheese, or maybe you are. 100% cheese dad jokes, who knows. We've got blockages, obstruction, barricades. So again, like I said, sometimes blocks in the road come about, or we have these obstructions that take us away from the path, or we can't go any further. And maybe it's time to stop fighting against those things and realize that maybe they're pointing us in a different direction. That tree could even be pointing down a different path, but you may be so focused on where you were going and the obstruction, and maybe you feel like you have to cut it down. Maybe sometimes don't fight it. Maybe look at where it's pointing. Maybe it's pointing you in the right direction. Maybe those are the subtle nudges of the universe, like pointing you along your way. We've got decision, free will, judgment. And obviously this beautiful oasis here as well. But I think with this judgment, it's obviously calling me to talk about the judgment card in tarot, and how that breaks us out of the box of what we thought we could be. And there's even a little butterfly here as well. I'm like hearing butterfly fly away, but you will safely land in your oasis where you want to go, and it's your free will and it's your decision to get yourself there by defining what this oasis looks like, by defining what your peace, your happiness, your security, all of those things, what they are to you. What does success look like to you? It's going to be different for everybody else. And look at that, blockages, and it's your will to thaw that out. Thaw that out with love. That fear is what creates blocks and obstructions most of the time when we're not on our right path. But choose love. And it's absolutely your decision, this. Guilt, remorse, regret. And like we have the Six of Cups, there is no room for you, even if you are the one that shut things off or walked away from things. Maybe you regret that woulda, shoulda, coulda, but there's no room for that in your oasis. Look, there's no purple in that. There's none. As in, I'm just looking at the colours. But there is no room for it in this oasis. And the past is the past. You can't undo the things that have been said or the seeds that have been sown. Those are set in stone now. That has happened. All you can do now is you can learn from it. You can be honest with yourself and you can change. You can move forward and persevere. And make your decisions. If you feel like there's a decision that you have to make, and maybe that's just choosing what it is that you do next, or what even just the next step looks like, you never know what's round that corner. You never know what's round that next decision or that next bend. So don't put it off. And don't hold on to who you were, like the butterfly, 4 stages. It's not gonna, even when it's a butterfly, it's not going to think about when it was a cocoon. Well, you know, you might think about when you were a baby or think about when you were that thing, but you're not that anymore. And a butterfly is too busy being a butterfly, flying around with its new skills, its new things, its new goals, to think about its old motivations from its cocoon. Of course, that it helped informed and helped grow and evolve the butterfly. It's an important stage. I'm not saying that we skip past it, but I'm saying that you change and you reassess and you learn and you grow, and you've got new things that you chase after and you need. So my glorious friends of pile 4, I'm going to leave that reading there for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really hope it resonated with you. If you'd like to see him again, I would love to see you. Please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm sending all the love. Bye. Hello, my lovely friends of pile 5. So if you picked the bloodstone crystal, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, we're going to shuffle your tarot. We are all using the Ethereal Visions tarot deck today. So I'm going to give it a good shuffle on camera, as we've been using it for the other piles, but I've already shuffled it in between 2, but just for everybody's reassurance. If you skip the intro of this video, today what we're going to look at, a message for you. It's a pep talk, a guide, a message that you need to hear right now. And whether that's a motivational message, whether that's a comforting message, soothing, that's what we are going to find for you. And I hope it does just that. I hope it does whatever it is that you need. So take whatever you need from it and leave whatever you don't. So Spirit, for pile 5, I just realised I put your bloodstone off the camera. What message do you have for pile 5? What message do you have for them? So we've got the 4 of Swords. We have got the Death card. And I like to think of death as death rebirth as well. It's just what I want to say. Right off the top, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Cups. We've got the 6 of Cups. And then on the back of the deck, we've also got the King of Cups too. Okay, first off, I want to say we've got a lot of water energy here. So potentially you have water placements, potentially you're a Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer. You don't necessarily have to have those placements, but that's just a lot of what the people are talking, the people cards are talking, and that's what they're coming up with. And so what I want to say to you, and I want to start with this King of Cups energy first and foremost, I want to say that you are so much more established in your feelings and in your emotions than you give yourself credit for. You have fared your way through so many emotional storms and you've kept your head. You've struck that beautiful balance between your head and your heart, and you're such a receptive person but also such a giving person. You're impelled to help other people. You really are at service to others, and Spirit is saying that although you are within this king energy, even though you are an authority on your emotions and you help other people through theirs and their storms and their seas, you're going to continue. Obviously, it's a continuing journey, and you can face any task head on, but you are still allowed to ask those why questions, especially when things hurt and when then there's pain and when there's grief, even if it looks similar to what you've experienced before, or you can feel the past trauma or the pain rise up for you, you're still allowed to ask why. Why am I learning this lesson again? Why am I being confronted with this? Or again, not even a why question, whatever question that you have, even if it's something which you can't even use the words to fully define, it's just a feeling. The Page of Cups is your indication that no matter how far along you are with like your emotions and your relationship to them, you can still seek out your inner child. And your inner child is there to persevere and look at life with this receptiveness and this curiosity. And to be that formless space where you may not get answers straight away to the questions that are burning inside of you, but know that they will come, and they'll come from within you, because you have everything within yourself, all the experiences necessary to, and all the people around you, might I say. I mean, we always meet new people, and we haven't met half the people in our life that we are going to love and that are going to love us and give us that energy. But in that formless space, we can get those answers to the questions. And I think with this little fish poking out of the cup as well, it's reminiscent of spirit guides and people who may not be with you on your journey physically anymore, or the whispers of the past, like the ghosts of your past, the people that have been on your journey that you've learned from. And I like with this Six of Cups, we've got these two children here, because when we're young and when we're children, we define our personality and our relationships. So much of it is built around what we're exposed to, who we're exposed to, what kind of figures are in our life, and we pick the values that we like and discard that which we don't. And I'm thinking of this really funny meme that I used to absolutely love, which was this llama with its like hair, and it had like a bandana on it, and it was like, yeah, mom, I'm going to art school. But that's what I mean. We go through so many phases, and we constantly change and we evolve, and we learn about ourselves through other people, through our relationships with other people, but also through the tasks and the emotional seas. And really what I mean by the emotional seas, the things that we go through and how they impact us and our emotions, how they rock us, and we understand those things. We may not understand them at that point, but the more we check in with ourselves, the more we listen to that, and that's how you've got yourself to this established space. Is through not being afraid to evolve and not being afraid to listen to and tune into your emotions. So that is one of your biggest strengths, and that's what Spirit wants to tell you, especially during this time where I feel like with this Four of Swords, it feels like there's been this mental situation, maybe I want to say like a breakup or a betrayal, or just this feeling of disruption or pain, or words of another person that have really hit you in some way, or just a conflict and a rift. And it feels like like the peace and the solitude that you took yourself into after this time was really necessary. It was necessary for you to take a step back and for you to seek that out and listen to yourself, and to try and fumble through and sort out your not only your emotions but also your head, because you're so clear in your emotions. And I feel like that's the thing. It's kind of like I'm hearing like a scorpion sting sort of thing. Like your emotions, I think you can be really balanced and really in touch with all those things, but sometimes I think your emotions might flare out in ways that maybe you don't expect. Like, you can control them and you can harness them, but when there's situations or conflicts, or maybe you feel like your backup is backup or something, maybe that's where emotional traumas from your past or experiences from your past trigger you. and you may act in a certain way or have that rash thinking or that rash words or something like that. And if that happened to you, take all the time you need to have that non-action, that stillness, that silence, to recuperate. And it's a thinking time, it's a waiting time. There's no fear there. Your time will come where you can open up again and you can strike again and you can have a conversation, you can talk. But it's to remind yourself as well, like, both are important. Your emotions in your head are, like, you can be fully, like, beautiful and emotional soul that wears our heart on the sleeve and all those things, but it's important as well, especially when it's other people's words that potentially or situations that cause pain. It's important to mentally recuperate as well, and like your emotions can help flood out a lot of things, and you can feel your way back, but it's also a mental journey as well, is what I want to say. And that sounds like such a basic thing, is what I want to say. Like, it sounds so basic to say that, but it feels like your emotions, like you have this real brilliant way of healing yourself, and maybe looking at things with optimism again. But maybe mentally you skip past that part where you actually take that time out to reflect and to like process, I think, is what I want to say. Like, I don't think you're afraid of change with that death card here. I don't think you're afraid of change or transformation, and again, that rebirth and things. Like, it's hard and it's painful to have doors close or change that comes about that really gets rid of rigid thinking or habits or that kind of thing. But I think you're very accepting of that, accepting of the tides changing, as it were. And you look at it, I think, with this childlike curiosity of welcome, like welcome in the change. Like, this is a friend, this is something that is going to help and improve me and help me to grow. And I think with this Nine of Pentacles, I think you're fiercely independent, somebody that I think should be luxuriating in all that they've created and be really proud on the journey, because it's not been a easy journey in any way, shape or form. It's been something that you've worked on, and you've slowly but surely built yourself up. And you may not feel like, I feel like there's maybe some, I feel like you don't speak to yourself in the way that you should sometimes. I feel like you don't realize all the achievements that you have and how important you are to other people, and how much you've taken on for others, and also how much of a beacon you are. And actually, I think you've been molded by experiences, like everybody has, but I think there's been really hard experiences that have molded you, but it's not taken away your warmth and your comfort as a person. And I think you are really open and receptive, but I think sometimes with this Nine of Pentacles, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have your own time away to think about things and to grieve things that have lost, even if you do like change, even if you embrace it. But like, it's okay sometimes to feel that pain with that death card. Like, of course, that rebirth, that you can always look at things as a glass half full, and you can always see with optimism the new things that are coming about because of that, and you can be thankful for all those changes. But you know, you can still be sad for the things, or the things that you were hoping for, the goals and accomplishments that didn't transpire, or the people that aren't there with you on your journey, or the, you know, whatever it is. It's important to feel every emotion, but to truly feel it mentally, spiritually and emotionally. I feel like maybe I just feel like your emotions, there's this like constant cleansing that almost goes on, and it's like, are you just putting stuff into a box and just tucking it away, or are you actually delving and addressing it in the moment? And is it would that wound fester? Because every single thing, every grief, everything, every wound that we have you have to address it. It's an open wound on your, like, just if it was on your physical body, on your hand, you have to attend to it. You have to cleanse it. You have to bandage it every day. You have to draw your attention to it. You have to sometimes adjust your behavior so you don't worsen it, and slowly but surely that's going to heal, and it becomes a scar on your body which doesn't rule you once it's a scar, but it helps inform you moving forwards. And those are the things that, with that Nine of Pentacles, those are all of your experiences flourishing in this moment in time. But don't forget the track from where you were to where you are now, and looking back on, and you know, yes, you can be at the top, or you can have all your goals and your dreams achieved, but like, how big is that box of maybe the things that you didn't address? Like, take your time, and it's okay to take your time. And I think you are doing those things. It's more just what I'm trying to verbalize and from spirit is that it's okay to be on your own timeline. It's okay that it doesn't look like everybody else's, and it's okay if a hitch comes along, or a block in the road or something like that comes along, which is really, really difficult. It's okay to not be okay. And equally, it's okay to be in the lap of luxury, and it's okay to live your life plentifully, like, and to feel really happy with yourself of your achievements. There's both. I think you need to hear both of those things, that with that Four of Swords, it's okay to withdraw, and it's okay to just be with yourself. And in the same way that Nine of Pentacles, it's okay to be in your version of success by yourself, not defining it with anybody else, and to luxuriate there. So I want to get some oracle cards as well, for this crystal, for this bloodstone pile, for pile 5. So, Spirit, for pile 5, what other messages do you have for pile 5? Okay, we've got 4. We have got 4. I was only going for 3, but we're going to do all of them as well. So firstly, we've got strategy, aim, and approach. And I like this like light feather feeling of this leaping Arctic fox, I want to say that it is. I might be completely wrong. Someone's going to be like, no, that's a caterpillar. What are you talking about? Which is fine. My caterpillar might be your... my Arctic fox might be your caterpillar. And that's exactly kind of what I'm saying, is that your aim, your approach, your strategy to things may be different to other people's, but keep it light, and you know, things can change. You may learn different people's ways of doing things and change your own and adapt and evolve. And I think that's really, being agile at the moment is really what Spirit is asking you to be. I think especially as you're in this stage of transformation into a new phase, which I know you're accepting of. I know it's okay for you, and you can mentally get yourself there and everything. And you know independently that you've been able to get yourself through much worse, maybe much other changes, or in comparison at the moment it feels fine to you, but it's okay not to know what exactly your strategy or aim is, and it's okay just to feel all the emotions and feel the thoughts mentally and spiritually. But yeah, you'll have that soft landing is what I want to say, because it's you that's going to get yourself there. And we've got masculine, be decisive and take action, yang, sun and heat. And I think I'm hearing like The Heat by Jungle, and it's like the thawing out process is what I want to say, with this rebirth, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. But with that, be decisive and take action, like it's time to make moves for your, like with this Nine of Pentacles, there is this like brilliant ability to luxuriate in where you are and be thankful, and for all the things that have come into fruition and how you've got yourself here to this moment, and so much to be proud of. But with that 10 of Pentacles along the next side, like that next opportunity, that next thing coming to you, like there are still opportunities to fill yourself up, and maybe it's like stoke the fire, keep building up that fire, keep letting it burn, like keep burning brightly, like just by being yourself, like put another log on the fire, is what I want to say. Whether that means anything or not, like perfect, but you know, take it, leave it. Yeah. We've also got passion, magnetic pull, and romance. I haven't really spoken much about love for this, which is quite funny, but I mean, I have spoken about people and with relationships, and whether there was heartbreak or betrayal or something like that that might have changed, or whatever new journey it is, whether it's a new goal or whether it's a new vision for what it is for love. Or I feel like follow that. My neighbours are playing, they've literally not been playing music all day, and then as I literally, as I got these oracle cards out, there was music playing, which I'm hearing like let the music music is the food of love, so play on. Is that, oh my gosh, brush up your Shakespeare, Anna, come on. I used to work at a Shakespeare company, come on, brush up your Shakespeare. Yeah, if music be the food of love, play on. There we go, that's it. Oh my gosh. But I think with this passion, this magnetic pull, and this romance, like, I think even if you're just romancing yourself or romancing the ideas that you want, or whether that is finding romance or finding love, or maybe you're drawn specifically to a person or to a desire or a goal or an ambition or whatever it is, like, romance it. Allow yourself to feel like in love with that idea, or like flirting with the idea of doing something new and what that will feel like and how it will be. Yeah. And I think there's also that self-love as well, that romancing of yourself, of picking and choosing love, because we don't always pick and choose love. But yeah, again, relight my fire. I'm hearing like ignite your flame. Same with that masculine energy, like putting another log on the fire, like keep burning brightly, but keep a candle to what it is that you want as well. Because that's love, that thought, it's like in Frozen, like, you know, love thaws like a frozen heart sort of thing, like whatever is frozen, or whatever is kind of like whatever you feel like mentally you might be having to move through, or that kind of thing, like love, which you've got such a large capacity for, as we've already spoken with your emotions, is the thing that's going to help thaw that out and burn brighter. We've also got shell. Certain matters in this situation are not being communicated, hidden, aloof, deserted. And I think this really feels like that Four of Swords, and taking that time out for yourself. And again, it's a waiting time. And we're not always given closure in situations, and things are not always communicated to us. We may not always understand those why. And maybe that's why there's that formless space of that Page of Cups, of asking those why questions. And maybe they'll come from the universe and from spirit, as that Page of Cups can sometimes be through signs. But also sometimes with that closure card, we can end the chapter ourselves. We don't always need to have clarification from someone, especially if they're acting aloof or they're hiding things from us. And we may feel that abandonment and that desertion or that rejection. But those answers may come to us in time. They may come to us through our intuition and through spirit, through little signs. But just know that you're not alone. And that shell, I'm thinking of like how shells, you can hear the whispers of the of the ocean and the underlying things. And maybe with this King of Cups and your large capacity, it's almost like that seashell of your emotions will let you know. And again, I think just that I'm just hearing the thawing out, like, keep picking love, keep choosing love, keep being a beacon for it. And honesty from yourself and truth from yourself, like giving it to yourself but also to others, is only going to inspire that from other people too. So my glorious friends of pile 5. I'm going to leave that reading there for you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope it's still within tea time limits or coffee break limits. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure reading your cards. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm sending all the love always. Bye.